Can you guys stop swearing? I have children over here. Next time you swear, I'm gonna call the cops.
Interesting story about the guy threatening to call the cops. I've had a contractor here for the past week, and he was complaining about the foul mouth on those kids. True story. This works if everybody joins in the conversation.
Well, I don't know what you're referring to.
The intro where the guy says, if can you stop swearing in front of my kids?
Yeah.
Right. So I had a guy here working on my bathroom, and he's been saying, he said that the kids are driving him crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
Apparently Drow can't hear us.
Particularly foul-mouthed.
Yes,
okay, I'm hearing it now.
Okay, good.
That was odd.
Yeah. Gotta love technology. Trying to figure out what G's watching.
Nothing special. It's hockey.
I can just hear your TV in the background.
Yeah, I'm just setting shit up still.
Gotcha.
I got dropped as well there.
Okay. Hooray, we're having fun today. Already with technology.
Happy Easter Fool's Day.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to stay off the internet today. I haven't fallen for anything.
Isn't all that shit over with, though? I mean, it's well past noon in most places.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been paying attention, but I've avoided falling for anything stupid. I saw somebody post that Vince McMahon confirmed WWE sold to Disney for like $4.8 billion or something. It's like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever, dude. I'm not clicking on your link.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah.
That's one of the rumors that we've been hearing for a long time. So I wouldn't actually be shocked if it was on any other day.
Yeah, right, exactly. But today being today, no, I'm not going to believe it.
Oh, well. Maybe next time.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Just maybe. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on this week. I'm been dealing with contractors for the last 8 days. They're still not done.
Oh, what was it? Was it the bathroom?
Yeah, my bathroom.
Okay, yeah.
Well, their initial estimate was to be done Thursday, and then they're like, they keep finding things wrong.
Yeah.
So luckily, I'm not the one paying for this. So.
I had that with plumbing once, and I was the one paying for it, and it's just the worst because you're pretty much totally helpless if they're cutting into your wall or something, and oh, well, this is a problem, and you're standing there like, yeah, sure it is. Okay. I mean, I didn't build this house. I don't know what's behind the walls, and when things are discovered, it's not like I should have known that.
Right.
But, yeah, I'm going to be bitter about that one for a while. It's been like a year, but still.
We were out last night and everybody's asking. I was like, hey, did your bathroom ever get finished? Like, no. Like, really? What's taking them so long? Well, my house was built in 1928 and nobody's touched it since then.
Oh, God.
So literally, like, everything that they're running into is like, okay, now we have to go find a part for this. Because they don't make parts for this anymore, you know?
Yeah, just hold it till you die. It's cool.
I almost had to do that the other day. They left us with no toilet overnight. Thankfully, it was a night I had to work, so I'm like, all right, cool. I'll just go to work and pee. So, but I've been without a sink or tub in my bathroom for probably about a week now.
That sucks.
Yeah, they were trying to get it all, they were trying to get the plumbing all hooked up yesterday, but then they ran into the problem of we need a part. Nobody sells the part except for one store that's closed for the Easter weekend. Like, great. And they're just guessing this place has the part. So hopefully I'll have a working shower tomorrow.
Well, hopefully. We'll see what happens, I guess. I've been without water a number of times. Probably all of us have. It's no fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there was one point. It was not Hurricane Harvey, but it was one of the storms before that. No power, no water, no anything. I was literally taking ice chests to the school that I worked at the time and emptying out the ice machine in the athletic trainer's office where they fill up bags for injuries and stuff, and taking that home and letting it melt. That went on for far too long.
Yeah, it's no fun. Unfortunately for me, I work in a hotel, so nights I work, I could just walk in the door like, yo, I need a shower. Give me a room. I walked in the door Wednesday night because I hadn't, my shower's been out of commission since Monday. I walked in Wednesday night and I said, hey, give me a key to an empty room. I don't care what the empty room is. Just, I need to take a shower, dude. I haven't had a shower in like 3 days. And he starts telling me, oh, well, I'm going to give you room 103 because it's out of order because of this and that. And they're like, dude, just shut up and give me a key. I don't care.
Yeah, there are upsides to working in a hotel in that, yeah, you can just go have a shower there.
Yeah.
There are times I would just sometimes go to the gym just to have a shower. I'm paying like 50 quid a month for this. I'm going to get a fucking shower.
That's what I was telling my girlfriend the other day. It was like, I almost wish I still had a gym membership downtown, because then I could just take a bus downtown and take a shower and come back home or go wherever I'm going. Pay all that money for a gym membership just to take the shower.
Well, JT does it just for pizza.
That's why he goes to Planet Fitness.
He's not here to say he doesn't do that this week.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'll hear from him if he does listen in.
You can say whatever you want, and he's not here to defend himself. So yeah.
We do that every week, though.
Well, yeah, but he's usually here to defend himself.
Well, I mean, quote unquote, defend.
I mean, it's more fun when he's not, so let's just call it like it is.
This is true.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened this week in life. It seems like a quiet week.
Yeah. I don't know what happened this week in anything. I know the Sabres beat the Predators last night.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Well, I just got an organic milk, gluten, and nut-free Easter egg, so that's good.
So it's like tinfoil with air in it, or?
Pretty much, I'm guessing. It also has no plastic packaging. And it's vegan friendly. This is the worst I've ever felt about eating anything.
Wow.
I didn't know they made plastic out of animals.
Oh, you'll be surprised at what they can make out of an animal.
Okay. Did it actually say it had something to do with it? So I'm genuinely curious now.
What? No,
Like
by vegan it would mean like it doesn't have milk in it.
Yeah, no, it's the plastic thing. the one that was like.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
for some reason it felt the need to say no plastic packaging. I guess that's for eco-friendliness, like this is entirely
Yeah.
recyclable.
So that makes sense to me. It's just I thought maybe it had something to do with the vegan thing. I'm like, okay, that one's new. That's totally new.
A delicious blend of cocoa solids, sugar, and rice.
Yeah, okay, I can see rice being used. That makes
This
sense.
is gonna taste delicious. I really have no clue what happened in wrestling this week.
I only have a clue what happened in my neck.
I had a question for you.
Oh,
What
yeah.
is this I'm hearing about Evil versus Eevee?
Okay, it
Like
was an
the
April
Pokemon
Fool's Day
Eevee.
prank. It was totally an April Fool's Day prank.
Oh, I was
by
really
New
hoping it'd be
Japan.
real.
And they posted all this stuff, and people were going, "Okay, wait, what?" Not so much because people were falling for it, but after all the crazy stuff Hiromu's done, you're like, "Okay, wait, are they for real about linking all of this together?" And so the stuff that was getting posted, they were treating it like this Pokemon character had a legit backstory about wanting to be a wrestler. And, Evil versus Eevee. And then people started coming up with all these other, Pokemon versus this guy on the roster that would be so great. And I can't remember which one it was because I just don't know much about Pokemon at all. But somebody found a picture of some Pokemon that was basically in Naito's pose in the middle of the ring when he's trolling people. And they posted that, and they're like, "Oh, it's a full-on faction war." And that would be the best thing ever. So,
It would have been amazing. I'm really sad to hear it was just a prank.
yeah, I mean, but we didn't see it on our April 1st, and that's part of what threw people, because they're like 15 hours ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
So, they started posting stuff, and everybody's going, "What the hell is this?" And then by the time you realize, they didn't explain it right away either. And so by the time explanations come out, everybody's going, "Oh, okay. Well played, New Japan. Well played." So, yeah, that's what that was. It was really kind of cute. It was not one of the annoying things that Joe was talking about where everybody thinks they're funny for posting stupid shit.
Right. So
That one was actually fun.
So you went to the New Japan show last weekend, and
Yes.
Coaster and I went to the WWE show last weekend.
I think we know who won.
Well, Drow's posting on Twitter about her difficulties getting home, her flights getting delayed, and things like that. And I tweeted, "See, if you would have came here and gone to the WWE show with Coaster and I, you would have been home by now."
That's true, he did, and that may have been the case. I was delayed by like a full 24 hours. It was insane. I've referred to it as my personal remake of Escape from LA, and it was just the biggest train wreck. And while you have all these other people talking about, "Oh, well, that's to be expected with that airline," I was like, I've never had that problem with this airline. I've used them all the time because they're cheap. And I know that there are always problems with air travel. You could pretty much boycott every airline ever for one reason or another. But something on this scale was just a new thing, because I was the last one of the group of people that I hung out with to arrive, and I was the last one to leave. But this time I was really the last one to leave. Everybody else has gotten home, and I'm still at the airport. But I had like 17 emails of delays, and you get to the point where they're delaying it until the next day. And of course, there's nobody around to ask for help about anything, because all the agents are down selling tickets and whatnot until a flight is actually scheduled to leave. So I couldn't find anybody to even explain anything, and went back to the security check-in before I could find anybody. And I showed the one agent what was on my phone, because what it looked like, and this was so weird, it still had that day's date on it, March 26th. But it said that rather than leaving at 8:30 p.m., the flight was going to leave at 2:15 p.m. on that same day, but it was already after 2:15 p.m., and I'm just all kinds of confused. And the TSA agent showed me where I needed to go. I stood in line with all the other people who thought they were getting back to Houston that night. And it didn't take a whole lot of fighting to get a hotel voucher, because for once it couldn't be blamed on weather, which I have learned is typically the thing. Note to travelers, if a plane delay is based on weather, that is considered something out of the airline's control, and they don't have to give you a hotel voucher or pay for anything, because technically, legally, it's not their fault. That wasn't true with mine. I had a broken plane. So, yeah, when they tell you there was damage to the aircraft, all of a sudden you just kind of go, okay, wait, what?
Well, I'll tell you from the hotel standpoint of, fuck, I hate broken planes.
You know, I would be a lot happier finding out the plane is broken while still on the ground.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, it's one of those things where you probably think, okay, fix the plane, I don't die. It's not too bad. But then they tell you we're going to get out of there like in the morning. They give you a hotel, and then I see you on Facebook like fucking 12 hours later.
Oh, yeah.
Not even 12. It's more like 20 hours later. Finally leaving. It's like,
yeah. It's like, oh, okay, it's going to leave at this point, and it was, pretty early on. And then there were like 3 more delays after that, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? And, there was about to be a reenactment of the French Revolution in LAX, and it was not just me. I had support.
How many guillotines did you bring with you?
Oh, you don't have to bring them with you. You can improvise. It's a major...
Oh, it's LA, right? Yeah, they got them built in.
It's LA. We got that.
Nice.
So literally about 24 hours after I was supposed to leave the first time, I eventually leave, and then the flight back was its own story. Between the lady who changed her baby's diaper in her seat next to me and the 2 kids behind me that kept hitting my chair, and everybody on the plane being super chatty with each other, so sleeping wasn't a whole lot of an option, I'm just like, okay, I tap out. Just land at the right airport. That's all I'm asking right now. And it did. So, yeah, getting back after Strong Style Evolved was a totally different grand adventure on its own. But I got back. My backpack came with me. It was okay. So, yeah.
And it's amazing because that's like a very major airport. Lots and lots of planes going in and out of it. I take it this is like a pretty big plane company we were with.
Well, yeah, that was the surprising part. And I even asked when it was my turn in line. I was like, this is a whole airline. Don't you have another plane? And I don't know what legal protocol is for airlines to talk to one another, because that was another thing everybody was asking. It's like, look, we've already paid for this. It's not like you've lost out. Can you just put us on a flight to Houston with some other airline? And that's apparently not a thing that happens. And that was the thing that was really probably making people the maddest, was just, okay, surely you have another plane. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be that one. And
That's the part that I find the most interesting. Like with the delay, I mean, you were flying into. I would take another, not as big as you were going out of LAX, but pretty big airport in Texas, right? And like, that's weird.
Bush
That's weird.
Intercontinental Airport is a pretty. We have two major airports, and Bush Intercontinental is the bigger of the two.
It's like I know people who fly through, like that's a pretty normal, midway mark between for a lot of flights. So that's fucking strange. I kind of understand why they wouldn't buy you other tickets on other planes. Like obviously, it's not like they want to support their competition. I suppose that's part of it. It's probably a hell of a lot cheaper for them to give you a hotel room than to buy those tickets, though. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I get that. That's the reason behind it. I do understand that part, but I think the fact that we just could not get an answer about anything is what really made people the most upset. And I was okay because it was just me. The people who were traveling with little kids, I felt for those people. I really felt bad for those people because it's different when you are child minding and something like that happens.
So where I work is right up the street from Niagara Falls Airport, which is a small airport. It runs like two small companies. It used to run two small companies. Now it just runs one. And I've been sent passengers from planes that have broken down before takeoff. Also, I've been sent passengers from planes that have landed emergency landings because the engines were going while they were flying. So you can imagine how relieved the people were to be on the ground and in a hotel rather than in a plane that is coming down, as to G's point earlier. And I've also had a night where I got a ton of people who were sent because the airline went out of business.
Oh my God.
That night, like, sorry, we're not flying anymore. Here's go to a hotel. So yeah, it's
wow.
Yeah, I mean, just be
keys to your new home.
Yeah, pretty much. Just I mean, at least you were safely on the ground and not on a malfunctioning airplane, or flying out with an airline that no longer exists or anything like that. So we're glad you got home safe, despite my jokes about about you should have came to Buffalo and gone to WWE with us instead. Seen John Cena versus Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Right before intermission. That match was before intermission, and The Miz was in the main event. It was The Miz Taraj against Balor and Rollins.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. It was a fun, it's a fun show. It's a house show, so it wasn't like nobody's taking themselves seriously or anything like that. Elias sang a song about punching little kids in the face.
Oh, boy.
And then he got beat up by Braun Strowman.
That was something, actually, I do remember about wrestling this week. That was that Snickers ad with
Yes.
That got me. I had no idea it was a Snickers ad. It was in the dark at the beginning, and then he's singing children's song at the end.
I remember watching it on Monday, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on here? And it was like Snickers. Like, oh, okay, I get it.
But the thing is, like, he didn't actually eat a Snickers and then change into someone else, or what the fuck was the commercial trying to say? Like, if he eats the Snickers, then he plays children's songs, or if he plays, like, who he really is, or he needs the Snickers because he's singing children's songs. I didn't understand.
He needs the Snickers because he's singing children's songs, and you're not you when you're hungry, or whatever word they used in this particular ad. But you're right. He didn't eat the Snickers and change back into dickhead Elias or what the fuck ever.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, you're supposed to eat it so you stop being an asshole. But this guy's case, he has to eat it to become an asshole.
Yeah, right.
One or the other. Like that's why I was like, huh?
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it that way, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it actually made me think, which doesn't happen much with WWE lately. So I have to give props to them for that.
No, you don't have to give props to WWE. Give props to Snickers.
Yeah, that's true. They had to work together to make it happen, though. So
Sure.
but nonetheless, that happened. I remember that. Oh, there was something to do with Ronda Rousey at the end or the beginning. That was good.
Paige came out with Absolution. Then my stream cut out for like a minute, and then like when I tuned back in, she had Mandy Rose in the armbar.
Yeah, Paige came out and basically tried to recruit her, saying that she needs friends to survive there.
Okay. I remember that, actually. I do remember that now. That wasn't what I was thinking of, but there was a big kerfuffle about her makeup. I remember that. She had some
Yeah,
weird
she looked
eyeliner on.
absolutely ridiculous.
It was odd looking for sure.
I didn't have a problem with it. I don't know why
I didn't
everybody
have
else
a problem with it. It was
I'm
strange.
not saying I have a problem with
Well,
it.
no,
I'm
but
saying
like
it looked
I saw
ridiculous.
I saw people on the internet complaining about it. It's like, come on, really?
Oh, no, there definitely were people complaining about
Oh, there
it.
were lots of things to complain about on the internet from that.
Yeah.
Let's not forget the 500 times Paige said baby girl.
Yes, there's some. That rings a bell too. But I was trying to figure out if like they just were trying to make her look like she had two black eyes, but didn't really do a good job at makeup. But that was my first take when I saw it. And then as the segment went on, I realized, okay, that's her look. They're giving her tonight or whatever. Fine, whatever, you know. But you're right. There's a lot of fucking complaining about that.
What about this that Asuka match? Did you blink? And you didn't see the Asuka match?
Yeah, right. It was like a random.
The girl's like, Asuka's not ready for me because she's never seen me wrestle, and then she slaps her in the face and gets kicked and match is over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they can't do too much with a lot of these programs this close. Media is actually next weekend. It's fucking crazy. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess theoretically it's next weekend.
I was asked to put on an event next Sunday, and I'm like, you ain't getting me off the fucking couch. That's WrestleMania.
No, I get me off the couch. It's 9 hours or something this year.
Well, I know, but I mean, like that's it's like a holiday to me. Today is not like a holiday to me.
You could watch the beginning and then go work a shift, come back, and it's still gonna be on.
This is true.
I mean, I hear you. There's a couple matches I'm sure we all like. I kind of want to see. There's no fucking chance I'm watching 9 hours straight. Or is it 9? Okay, no, it's like
No, it's
2
7.
hour pre-show. Sorry, go ahead.
I said 7 at least.
Probably a 2-hour pre-show and 5 hours of an actual show. That's how they've been doing it the last couple of years. So,
Is it officially? That's what they're saying. It's a 5-hour show, but of course, go over, etc.
oh yeah, that's right. They do that
Okay.
now. Yeah, I haven't really paid much attention.
Don't know. I'm not even being sarcastic. I'm just like,
No, I get you. I mean, I haven't even paid attention, to be honest with you. I'll figure that out as the week goes on. I'm looking forward to NXT TakeOver on Saturday.
I remember. Oh yeah, that's right. They have one of those. I might watch that. Well, last year it was almost an hour overrun, if I remember correctly. Though it was a long overrun.
Yeah.
So 8 hours. Okay, I was close.
Well, I've just seen the greatest thing ever. Apparently there really is genuinely a WrestleMania 34 fedora.
Oh God.
This is a real thing. I saw it on Squared Circle Jerk and just had to make sure it's real, and it is.
My bagel. That's awesome.
Oh
Wow.
jeez.
And does it have the WWE WrestleMania logo on it or something?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
just a fedora with the WrestleMania logo on it.
He just sent it in the in the Skype chat there.
Oh, I got that chat box closed to open that up like that. Oh, yeah, okay. Huh.
Oh boy.
That's fucking perfect.
What about how about the Miz and the Miz Taraj? Is anybody falling for that on Monday night?
Fake breakup.
Was anybody falling for that on Monday night?
The mistrial,
I
maybe?
kind of was. I got worked.
Yeah, I did a little bit too. Like, oh shit.
So
What the
I
fuck?
kind of felt bad for Curtis Axel when no one realized that he was Mr. Perfect's son. They didn't understand why he was so pissed off when Miz said he was better than Mr. Perfect. But that's what happens when you don't let wrestlers keep their names.
Yep.
This would not happen if his name was Curtis Hennig.
That's right.
The only reference they've ever made to him being the son of Mr. Perfect is when he beat Triple H on Father's Day. Still amazing to think he has a pinfall victory with Triple H.
He had a t-shirt for a little while. It said better than perfect. That was pretty much the reference to Mr. Perfect. Well, that's what I remember from Monday Night Raw.
See, the thing with the Rousey thing I remember was the Triple H and Stephanie video, which
That's
I actually
right.
kind of did enjoy.
Oh, I enjoyed that so much.
Yeah, that was actually, I thought it was
But
well
even
done.
that got a lot of people complaining too.
Well,
Because, yeah, they really will complain about anything.
that's right. That's the one.
But I actually really enjoyed it.
I just like the presentation style. You know, when they do those documentary style interview thingies, they're always. I mean, the production's always good. I don't know if the content's always good, but they're often very good. And like, I thought they nailed it in that one, and kind of being smug and pompous and talking about like stepping into our world and.
Yeah, we train all year round. We don't do training camps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, wait a minute. When did that air?
Monday.
Sure.
Monday.
I think it was right near the beginning of the show.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And they specifically said that we train year round. We're not training camps.
Yeah, they actually used the word training camps to like.
Okay,
push
then
off.
that was a direct shot at New Japan and their new dojo, because when he was being interviewed, head coach Katsuyori Shibata actually said, when asked to describe the new dojo in Los Angeles and comparing it with other facilities, he said, "We are a dojo. We are not a performance center."
I really hope it's a nice reference. Although people were also suggesting that the Asuka match Joe mentioned was a reference to CM Punk, because
I heard
was
that.
legitimately that chick's first ever like professional wrestling match.
Yeah, that's where Punk lost his first
And it
UFC
was also
fight.
where Punk lost. So that was a nice conspiracy theory thrown in. Man, I really hope it was a reference to New Japan.
That cannot be by accident that they said that.
I thought they were just taking the piss out of Ronda because, like, UFC fighters do have camps. They don't.
Yeah, that's what I was
around.
thinking, but I mean,
Well, no,
I wouldn't put
'cause-
both of these past them. I wouldn't
Well,
put
Yeah, right.
at the dojo right before the Strong Style Evolved show, like the day before, New Japan just finished their first official training camp at the dojo. And that's what they've called it, is training camp. And they're starting the second one like just the other day.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it had nothing to do with Ronda or MMA. I think they're paying a lot more attention to this North American expansion than they want people to realize, because it cannot be an accident that they use that exact term.
I'm sure there's, smoke, there's fire scenario. I like I said, I wouldn't put any of this past them, the Punk thing or the New Japan camp thing. It's like, we know they're petty. There's so much evidence of it what's the point even trying to list it all,
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'd buy it. I mean, they just say that about TNA all the time too. Oh, it's not competition, but then they would do things and you're kind of like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it really wasn't competition when they completely copied the final deletion.
Yeah, right.
Case in point, right? And there's I don't know if there's probably things that happen in conversations that inspire shit like all the time we don't even pick up on. So I don't know. I'd buy it.
I could see it. What about Michael Cole when they were doing the recap of Ultimate Deletion? If you saw that, he was like, what the hell is Vanguard 1? Who the hell is that guy? This is the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, they really doubled down on that, and I think it's definitely becoming an angle.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Don't know if it was always intended to be one, but it's becoming one.
I don't think it was intended to be one. I think last week when he said, this is what you're about to see is obnoxious.
Yeah.
Those were Vince McMahon's words. And then when Vince McMahon saw the, buzz on social media, he was like, oh, we're onto something here. And had to backtrack on what he had Michael Cole say. And you can take that point as also being the reason why that it didn't make the Hulu cut the week it aired.
Well, again, we talked about that last week with the McMahon thing. The answer is always because Vince McMahon, dude.
Sure.
And I suspect this is a storyline that will help set up the return of Jeff Hardy, and probably the Raw after Mania, which is realistically a good spot for him to come back in.
Sure.
Although he's healthy, isn't it? It's that legal issue he's got now.
Is it the drug thing again, or the drinking and driving thing, right?
Yeah, the DUI.
Yeah. I don't know if that's even a big issue, Use.
And you're not wrong. I don't think it is either.
Well, I mean, like, for normal people shouldn't do that regardless, and it shouldn't do that.
But I think
his
he
job
is
is just
now, and it would be cool to see him come back.
Position at the company. I'm sure they're re-debut him. There's just too much going on in Mania to begin with.
I'll be very surprised if we even see Bray Wyatt before Mania.
Yeah, I'm starting to think we won't.
Actually, hasn't Matt declared himself in the Battle Royal?
Yes, he has.
Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be some of that stuff is going to come after.
Oh, that was another great thing this week, the Vagina Cup.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah, they replaced the trophy with like something that looks kind of like a uterus or something.
Yeah. Half of people, a third of people thought it was a vagina, a third said it was a thong, and a third didn't see anything wrong with it.
There's the
I am apparently way out of the loop because I have no idea what this is.
They unveiled the trophy for the no longer Moolah Battle Royal, and it looks like a uterus.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to find this too, and I
heard about all this posts as well. I didn't see the review or anything. Did they have it on Raw? I'm assuming they did.
It was in the graphics. They've not actually had it in person, but they've shown graphics of it.
I mean, I'm looking forward to... Oh, I got it. Here we go.
Oh, you've got it. Cool.
Yeah. Save image.
I kind of expected it just to be like 2 feet. That was like the top part was sawed off. To be fair, like you have to wonder if this was like a real last minute thing, or if they did that, because you kind of have to expect they would have had something with Moolah's likeness or initially.
I fully believe they had made the statue like they did with Andre before making the announcement.
Yeah, so it's almost like, let's just make a real shitty trophy. Call MLB; they know how to do it. Little fucking flags on a whatever the fuck that's supposed to be. You won the World Series. Here's something. What is that? We don't know.
Given that it's a cup and a trophy, I'm pretty sure they did just take Moolah off and put the cup on.
You're most likely right. And when you Google for Women's Battle Royal Trophy, you get good luck on seeing this from Cage Side Seats. WWE fans are laughing at the shape of the Women's Battle Royal Trophy from Give Me Sport. Then there's like an actual like news article, and then minor Raw spoilers. The Women's Battle Royal Trophy is and that's from Reddit. So, let's see, SmackDown. The Rusev's been added to the It's now a fatal 4-way for the U.S. title at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Right.
but that was not worth the painful first half of SmackDown, which is basically just that one match.
Right.
Oh yeah.
We
That
got
match went on for half an hour without commercials.
New Day. In New Day, the Usos, the Bludgeon Brothers. That's happening at WrestleMania. I think we kind of saw that coming.
Right. I think that was about it. Outside of the Daniel Bryan.
Right, Daniel Bryan making the challenge to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, which was almost immediately accepted on Twitter by Sami Zayn.
Yeah, because somehow Shane will completely recover from having his intestines destroyed.
Yeah, El Generico tweeted this week. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh,
He's
I
back
did.
on
Yeah.
Pro Wrestling Tees as well.
Yeah, he's back on Pro Wrestling Tees. 12 days only, starting yesterday.
Yeah, I thought my phone might be or Twitter might be broken. I saw that because I got a notification that he tweeted 5 minutes or so after it, and I was just like, okay. 'Cause I hadn't seen SmackDown or anything. I didn't realize that whole firing thing stuck.
Yeah. Well, because Owens had changed his Twitter name back to Fightstein Fight,
Yeah.
which was
And
which
someone has got Owens fight.
I saw that.
Really hope it's them.
Yeah.
I hope it's not. I do, man, because I love drama.
Oh yeah,
So
that'd be great.
yeah.
Somebody's gonna make
I
some
love
money
that
off of
kind
that.
shit too.
I hope it's Maven fan or somebody who's got it now.
Yeah.
I hope it's just Maven and he wrangles his old job back.
That'll be sweet. That'll
They can
fucking
have the
awesome.
handle in return for him getting a 1-year contract and main eventing next year's WrestleMania.
A t-shirt with the green check mark on it.
Dolph Ziggler faced Tyler Breeze in a match to preview the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And then we had the Shinsuke Nakamura versus Shelton Benjamin match, which by
Quote
rights,
unquote, first time ever. Speaking of
by
costumes.
rights should have been a hell of a match, but
No.
this was all about AJ Styles.
Yeah, it was the head games angle he was playing.
Yeah, when he goes for the Kinshasa and just stops short and waves at him or whatever, or pats
I
him on the head.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was great.
The only personality we've seen from his character in a year that I can think of, honestly. I don't remember.
It's magical that he kind of became a good promo and he's into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Week.
Well, that's what happens when you give him something he gives a fuck about. He's just been like, what the fuck am I even doing here? And then all of a sudden it's like, you're going to face AJ Styles at WrestleMania for the championship. Like, oh shit, all right, cool. And let's just...
Yeah, I don't know. I always just saw it as they weren't giving him anything to work with because, well, let's be honest here.
You can hardly blame the guy for being unmotivated.
It's Brock Lesnar syndrome. You give him somebody that he wants to work with, he's good. Otherwise, he doesn't give a fuck.
Well, Brock Lesnar wants to work with a shitload of money.
Right, exactly.
I
Run through.
don't know. I don't think they ever really wrote him to do anything at all. I don't think it's him at all. It's completely on the creative side of it.
Well, yeah, because the whole reason he even, excuse me, the whole reason he even came over there was because it was kind of a bucket list thing. It was like, I want to know what that's like. I want to do that because, nobody else really could pull that off except for him. And
Yeah, I wonder what the Japanese for creative has nothing for you is.
well, they don't have that as a concept, so I don't think that phrase exists. I mean, yeah, you watch DDT and you're like, creative has nothing for you, huh? But he shows up, and he might have known he was going to be in NXT for a bit, but I think, and it's not like none of the fault is his, because he was known for phoning it in when he got bored previously, but he'd done everything there was to do. You almost couldn't blame him. There really was nothing left. And so once he gets over there, I really think the bulk of the finger pointing should go to WWE for not really understanding what they had.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I see like a small number of things over the last year looking at what he's done here, and it's like So all the stuff I remember, and it's not much. The John Cena match was good. His debut with the music, and that's it. That's all I see in this. Like, what else are they giving him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Honestly, like,
he has not been given much to run with. That
Yeah.
first match with Sammy was awesome, and that was pretty much the thing. Everything else he had was forgettable at best, and all of it cannot be blamed on him.
No, and I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying that he had become complacent because he had nothing.
I don't even know if I'd say he's complacent because he hasn't really done much, period. Like, maybe he's a bit lazy in an occasional match. I don't know, but who's he been working with?
Right.
No, seriously, who's he been working with? I don't remember.
No, that's and
Cena, Mahal.
Mahal, there's a bunch of it. Okay, there's 90% of your problem.
well, yeah.
Well, in NXT, he had a match with Austin Aries and a match with Bobby Roode, and neither one of those things are going to be all that great. And yeah, I didn't mean, blaming him. I know that's not what's really being said here, but if anything, you couldn't blame him for just going, dude, what the hell? Why am I here? I sold out cards all over the country before, and you're
Well, now he's
essentially
in the
treating
big
me like a
leagues.
young boy.
So he's gonna lose next week, isn't he? I'm not even kidding. I'm starting to think he is.
I'd imagine
There's
it.
going to be so many smart tears next week.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would imagine the
Asuka's
outcome.
streak ending, Shinsuke losing, and Daniel Bryan losing. It's going to be amazing.
Or turning heel.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Either one is going to be fucking amazing.
I would imagine that.
I hope he gets in the ring and he just lies down.
I would
His
imagine.
first match back and he doesn't even throw a punch. He just lays down.
Yeah.
Oh,
I still want Sheamus to run in and just fucking eliminate him.
it'd be even worse than Sheamus.
I'm
Do it
looking at my.
again, but, like,
I'm,
beat the record. Like 6 seconds. Yeah.
I'm looking at my like on this day, and it's like here's two tweets 3 minutes apart. One is just a bunch of yeses, and then the other one is a bunch of no's, and it's like, gee, I wonder what happened there.
That was one of my favorite WrestleMania moments. I'm not even kidding.
But I would imagine that the outcome of the WWE Championship match next week will depend on how severe AJ Styles' injury actually is.
That's the point. No, Shinsuke could win it by default.
Two sweetest words in the English language. I'll run through the news.
There's a lot of people want that to be the main event.
It's not going to happen.
It's going to be.
It's not going to happen.
No, it's totally going to end with Roman's crowning.
100% sure about that?
Either that or Asuka Charlotte.
100% sure about that.
No, I'm not 100% sure about that.
Yeah, what G's getting at is like two massive egos in Steph and Triple H.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Indubitably. That's what I would be surprised. It'd be a dumb move, but
quite honestly,
Ronda
despite the
Rousey
fact
is
that we were
biggest
talking
in the pay-per-view.
despite the fact
People want to admit that or not, she's the biggest name in the entire fucking card.
Despite the fact we were talking about that match just less than an hour ago, I completely forgot it was even happening.
It's one of those things where, like, who are the main stars on that card, and you have to consider them as being high potential. And coincidentally, like Mark said, it's those egos who are wrestling. And the other one is like the other biggest names on the card are Cena, Taker.
Sure, yeah. Forgot all about that one too.
You know, so you got
John
Lesnar
Cena doing the
there.
do something
Great.
thing at the end of Raw last week. Yeah,
I think all of those have to be like those are the logical candidates. Not the feel good wrestling fan moment, but the celebrity gala that WrestleMania always is. It's just pissed people off for the last 6-7 years. There's always shit that does. Or maybe it's the Kid Rock like performance in the show.
Oh, that would also be amazing.
Special guest appearance with Florida.
I just remembered we have an ad to air. Oops, let me get to that.
Somehow brought to you by Florida.
Yeah, right, exactly. And give me 1 second, let me pull this ad up. Because they actually sent us an ad.
They're coming.
Yeah.
Hold up your cell phones. While we're loading.
All right.
Tick.
It's coming. Any second now.
My best ad.
Word from our sponsor. Come on, SoundCloud.
Tired of searching online? 3linkdirectory.com has handpicked tens of thousands of quality links, so you don't have to spend hours searching. Find the best internet links on 3Link Directory. Visit 3linkdirectory.com now. Enjoy quality links sorted in categories like arts, games, health, shopping, sports, travel, and many more on 3linkdirectory.com. That's 3linkdirectory.com.
Brandon Darby. Brandon, welcome to the
What the
program
hell?
this evening.
What's up, Brandon?
Hi, Brandon. Whoever you are. Anyway, I'm going to run through the news real quick, and then we can get out and do Easter stuff, I guess, or whatever. Without this stupid long intro. BookerTees.com is back. Don't forget to get your Brock Lesnar t-shirt available now at BookerTees.com. April Fool's Day? Don't you mean don't you mean Rusev Day? Fuck WWE, says Sausage 1000 on Reddit. Despite the fact that he does have diverticulitis and an umbilical hernia that requires surgery, Shane McMahon has been checked out of the hospital and is still planning to partner with Daniel Bryan in the tag team match against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania 34 next Sunday. Unless this is all a work for whatever reason. I mean,
WrestleMania to see Shane die.
well, you know, unless it's all a work for whatever reason. I mean, it is wrestling, so, you know.
Did they actually talk about that surgery on the show? Does anyone
Yeah.
remember?
No, they avoided it.
Well, they
kind of
didn't-
mentioned it.
Daniel mentioned that
Bryan
Shane
said,
was in the
like,
hospital.
I know he's in the hospital, but he's going to be there or something.
Yeah, basically. The recent injury that AJ Styles has been quietly dealing with that went undisclosed by WWE was his MCL. So you could see Shinsuke walk out with the title next Sunday.
We don't know if it's a full or a partial tear.
This is also
do
true.
we?
No, all we know is MCL apparently.
No, I'm glad it's not his back because he was having back problems when he first came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Dave Meltzer says, I am an unbiased journalist. My surrogate sons, the Young Bucks, cashed in their good boy points for that last one-quarter star fair and square. Also, have I mentioned WWE is immoral? Unbiased journalist. That from Reddit subscriber, or from Wrestling News Observer. Whatever
Oh,
fucking
hi,
Meltzer's thing. Yeah, oh, hi, Danny. Him.
There you go.
Wrestling Observer subscriber. Oh, hi, Danny.
Might be Meltzer's boss. Who knows?
Yeah, in a
Who
TMZ.
knows?
Yeah. In a TMZ interview, Hulk Hogan agreed with Mark Henry that he has way more work to do. I totally agree with him, not just to the black wrestlers, but to all the wrestlers. What I said was way out of line, and I'm forever sorry for that. WWE admitting they have
not coming back.
WWE admitting that they have not, or WWE admitting they have actually talked to Hulk Hogan is a shift in their stance from we have no interest in bringing him back, and that hasn't changed. The fact he's attending the Andre the Giant documentary premiere in LA with their tacit endorsement is also a shift. It seems WWE's idea now is that enough time has passed that Hogan's return can be used as a redemption story, where he publicly admits his mistakes and asks everyone to learn from them and not make the bad choices or use the bad words that he did. I
just need to see Hogan in a high school giving a speech about not letting your best friend film you having sex with his wife.
Yeah.
I find this story highly unlikely, but given it comes from a source that's not usually wrong, I'll at least share it. The rumor right now is that Hulk Hogan would be the replacement for Daniel Bryan as SmackDown GM if WWE brings Hogan back in.
I wouldn't mind that. they don't really have a lot of black guys there. I think it's just Shelton, and I'm not trying to say that as a meme. I think he's the only one.
on SmackDown, you mean?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is just him.
Black guys on
Unless-
SmackDown?
Count like the non-whites, like
The New Day are on
the Hulk.
SmackDown.
I was about to
Oh,
say,
are
isn't
they?
that? Yeah, isn't that?
yeah.
Yeah, the New Day are on
What about-
SmackDown.
I'm not sure about that Hogan thing, but I've been hearing a lot about that for some reason.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's the main rumor going around, that if he comes back, it would be the authority figure on SmackDown.
in a perfect world, this wouldn't even be considered. I mean, I don't know. When's that Andre the Giant documentary? That's like next week, though, right?
Yeah, I think something like that.
HBO or is
Yeah,
this one ESPN?
on HBO.
It is
Well,
okay.
The last I heard was them denying that they were even talking to him, so I'm surprised that apparently they are.
Yeah, there's a photo of him and Triple H.
I know there was but the response to that was, he's not under contract, he's not scheduled, we're not talking to him.
Okay.
When I first saw that Hulk Hogan Triple H photo, it had the caption, so I'll see you in the Silverdome next week. Yes, Hulk, the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan.
Well, that involves a lot less racism than the one I saw. We'll just leave it at that.
I saw another
You
one
know-
that said, you said, hey, brother, you know you and Randy are Eskimo cousins, right? Because they both slept with Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like leaving the silence awkward.
Well, I didn't know what that meant, so I was glad for the clarification.
I came up with Usev Day, Roos, says Roman Reigns. Ooh-ah! According to Topher Gopher 1 on Reddit, who wants to fuck the iconic duo.
Yes.
Who doesn't?
Right. Rusev was added to the U.S. title match at WrestleMania 34 because his merch sales are through the roof right now for WWE. This may not be terribly surprising to observant readers, but the women of WWE will not be performing on the greatest Royal Rumble or the greatest Rumble ever card in Saudi Arabia. Which apparently we have here the IC title ladder match: Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus The Miz versus Samoa Joe. We've got the Hardys versus The Bar, Triple H versus John Cena, and a 50-man Royal Rumble. That's supposedly going to air on the network.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. They have a long-term deal with I don't remember off the top of my head how many shows, but Saudi Arabia is trying to expand their economy, so they've been reaching out to a lot of different entertainment sources. One of those areas.
Right.
There's one with the UFC as well. But one of the interesting things is that both of those companies, WWE and UFC, made pretty good steps forward and with breaking down the gender barriers, and then they're going into a country that apparently isn't going to let them continue that. So it's like a mix of criticism going towards both companies as a result.
Sure.
They pulled up to my house with a giant truckload of money.
Yeah, it's such a tough call because it's not like with the countries we live in.
My
versus
thoughts on it
different
is,
countries.
like I just said, it's good for business, but bad morally, I guess. But they did it they're a business.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Yeah.
not like they're the only people dealing with these backwards asshats.
Right.
They knew what they were getting into. They're doing it for the money. Good for them.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, there's about a month before at least this particular one comes into play. Although there's possibility, I guess one of the rumors is the UFC might actually get bought out by Saudi Arabia, one form or another.
Yeah, I've heard that one. Like that Saudi Arabia is just going to buy UFC.
Have the money. It's not like, it got sold for a couple, like, was it $4 billion or something ridiculous a year ago?
Yeah, it was like $4 billion.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to. It was again an interesting development with this particular initiative that they have out there, and it's a smart one coming from a province that's kind of the same boat. All we do is sell is oil. We've been trying to diversify our economy for years. Well,
Yeah,
a lot of
I mean,
people who live here do.
I think what they're doing is pretty great. They're going to spend like the next 10 or 20 years just investing in everything.
Mhm.
Like I said, just diversifying the economy so they can survive without oil. And that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Smart.
of the other stuff the country's doing is a bit backwards, like the no women thing. so-
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Hulu got some negative feedback about Ultimate Deletion being deleted, so they threw WWE under the bus for doing it. Our rights to WWE content allow us to post pre-formatted 90-minute specials of Raw. We don't make any edits on our end, but we'll share the concern about the omitted match with the right team here.
Yeah, that's what we heard last week was that they just air what they're given, and that's what
Pretty
they were
much,
given.
yeah. It's disgusting how wrestling is a business ran by carnies who take advantage of young people who don't know better and just want to earn money and be famous. By the way, who here loves porn? Asks Sausage1000 on Reddit. John Cena will be starring in a movie adaptation of the Duke Nukem game. And has
I
also...
was really hoping you'd do it in the meme style, like they found a guy to play Duke Nukem, and his name is John Cena.
There you go.
That would have been good.
I'm actually really cool with this if they don't try to PG him up like Duke Nukem's like the character from the games. Then it'll be.
He's got the look.
I think he can have the comedic timing and to do it too from
I think
stuff.
he
Sure.
could make a really good one, but like you said, just make it like the games and not make John Cena Duke Nukem. Don't make Duke Nukem John Cena.
That's exactly my sentiment. 100%. Yeah.
John Cena has also been added to the cast of The Voyage of Dr. Dolittle, headlined by Robert Downey Jr. as the titular character. He'll be playing a polar bear named Yoshi.
I think that might be the most racist thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
A white
Well,
guy
I don't know
playing
about
a
that,
polar
brother.
bear with a Japanese name.
Yeah, it's the mass, isn't it? I don't remember Dr. Dolittle stories well enough if there even was a polar bear named Yoshi. I honestly don't know. I read those when I was a child, a long time ago.
The only thing I know about those the Dr. Dolittle stories is the movies.
Okay. I don't really remember them at all.
I don't know nothing about them.
I
So.
just remember he's some dude who talks to animals. That's about
Right.
it. Eddie Murphy did something like with it
Yeah,
or
Eddie
something?
Murphy was in the movies.
That's what it
I'm
was. Okay.
surprised that it's Robert Downey Jr.
Oh my God, Dr. Dolittle is Chief Wiggum.
So is Robert Downey Jr. gonna like? He's not doing what he did in what was that movie where he dressed up like the black dude? Go full retard.
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder.
Actually, no, fuck that. I want to see him do Eddie Murphy playing Dr. Dolittle.
Yeah, I need to see him black up again.
He's
would
the
be-
dude playing the dude disguised as another dude.
Yes.
I
Too
think
long since I've seen that movie.
I think the Shield looks way more badass with the skull masks on, and you should trust my fashion sense because I wear those graphic hoodies that zip up all the way over the face when I don't want to do my algebra work. Says Roaring Corgi on Reddit.
I know someone that has one of those.
Jim Johnston says he doesn't even like pro wrestling. Just because John Williams did the scores for E.T. and Star Wars does not automatically make him a giant fan of aliens or space travel. I would categorize myself as a non-wrestling fan. Like that Kid Rock fuck. Hall of Fame? Really? I see the appeal, and there are times when I could get really excited about it, but I wrote music for what I was hired to write. I threw myself into what I was writing.
I think he's bitter.
Yeah.
That's word for word what he said. So
I'm a 32-year-old unemployed overweight virgin who has literally never spoken to a woman, and I spend all of my time bitching about a children's wrestling show online. Let me tell you why WWE's professional makeup team makes my women look like fucking gorgons. They've even managed to mar the exquisite beauty of my Becky with their god-awful contour work. That from Midnight Mewtwo on Reddit.
That makeup is ridiculous. But it has been for a long time.
I just love the fact that Gorgon is in there, man. That was an awesome reference.
Oh god, yeah.
So good.
Lucha Underground applied for, I assume, a trademark on Octagon, but it's unknown if this would be related to the original AAA character or a new variant. Either way, I strongly suspect UFC will oppose it. And WWE has filed a lengthy trademark application for Talking Snack, which seems likely to be a new WWE Network show. That's snack as in food, not smack as in SmackDown.
Yeah, people are going to be upset if they bring back something like that, not the real Talking Smack. We're in for a lot of Schadenfreude this year. I just need a show where Daniel Bryan discusses vegan snacks.
That would be fucking brilliant.
Oh man, they could totally relive the Talking Smack moment. Have the Miz come out and try to like force feed him meat.
I'm a coward. You don't eat meat.
Yeah, there it is.
You'd have to have an episode where they reenact the Dr. Shelby skit where the Kane and Daniel Bryan are in the restaurant. Except May's gone, so you can't have May sitting there like, I'll have what she's having.
I suppose there's a lot of potential for them to have like callbacks to food segments.
Sure.
Whether it's like Booker T and Stone Cold in the grocery store.
Or just Kevin Owens being Kevin Owens.
Pretty much.
Maybe that's it. It's just Talking Smack, but with Kevin Owens discussing food.
I'd watch it.
See, and now they're gonna want to consider bringing back Ryback.
Yes.
All comes full circle. Down at the Golden Corral. Huh.
All right. Anybody want to add anything before we go? I'll take that as a no. All right then. For @G of the Internet, @Mark_Noyce, @BookJunkieJana, @ElGenerico, @RandomRedhead, I am @ThinkSoJoe, we are @BoredWrestlingFan, that's Bored Wrestling Fan without vowels, Facebook.com/BoredWrestlingFan. You can listen to this podcast every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, live on BoredWrestlingFan.com, or download us later on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, Bodyslam.net, wherever podcasts are sold, and we'll see you next week.
Tune in for our 17-hour podcast extravaganza.